Drew's patrons creating a story about him getting kidnapped and held hostage, executed, and AI taking over his channel and making a clone to defeat the AI. Yo, yeah, give them a Hollywood movie deal right now. They're out here writing better scripts than most movies nowadays. I can't even remember what's happening in the lore. Am I supposed to be an AI or the kidnapper? I like how this story's been going on for months. Someone should make a Poland Ball comic with the end result of the story. Japan just banned the film Oppenheimer. That's fair though, I guess they already saw the movie. I mean, why would they want to relive that experience? Wait a second, spoiler alert! Dang it! Man, I don't even want to watch now. In Switzerland, movie theaters have screens in the toilets so you don't miss the movie. Meanwhile, the line waiting to use your stall, oh no, I'm pretty sure you're still gonna miss the movie. Wait, there's like 20 movies that play at movie theaters at the same time. How do we know it's gonna be your movie that you're gonna be seeing? Or are you about to be spoiled for the last 30 seconds of another movie because you took a poop in the wrong place? I can't watch a Filipino telenovela cause WTF is this? This is a classic. That's clearly what this is. There's clearly so many twists and turns. Man, even this dude underneath the pillow? Oh man, how could you leave me on this cliffhanger? I need to see what happens next. Me expecting Oppenheimer to get banned in Japan. Meanwhile, Barbie getting banned in Vietnam. And you know what's funny? Japan hasn't actually banned Oppenheimer yet, and I don't even think they will. It's kind of too late, isn't it? I guess the release just hasn't been confirmed yet, so we're still waiting to see what happens. Hey bro, what's the capital of Thailand? Oh no, you just made a massive mistake. Do people still play this game? Because I feel like it's one of those things that I feel like this is just one of those memes that transcend all generations. People who shoved their school papers in their backpack with no binder/folder, where are you now? The top comment, not great, my dude, not great. This is exactly the response I think all of us expected. I feel like I was this kid for only a week and I just couldn't manage to do it. I looked into my future and saw everything crumble before my eyes, just like the papers when I pulled them out of my backpack. Europeans being bilingual and Asians knowing 3 or more languages. Meanwhile, there's Americans unable to master the English language. I don't think I can send a text without making at least one grammar mistake. It's literally impossible for me. Latin, Greek, and Cyrillic creating an alphabet for your language. Norwegian, British, German creating an alphabet for your language, then deciding to use a cooler one some other people made. Then there's Chinese, instead of creating an alphabet, just make a letter for every word in your language. And finally, there's Japanese, not having an alphabet for your language, stealing one from your neighbors and using it the wrong way, then also creating 2 new alphabets for your language and using all 3 at once. I think they're intentionally just trying to make it as difficult as possible. They don't want anyone learning Japanese as a second language. I guess they're just trying to keep the weebs out. POV, you are my homeschooled son, and I'm teaching you history.
Went through its renovations, and that's when they started feeding people to it on the reg. Also after that, in 1954, is whenever the immigrants were specifically fed to it, or even more specific. Just a thought.
I remember when we had to start sacrificing people to Lady Liberty. The more we do it, the greener she gets. 1 ticket for Oppenheimer, please. And 1 ticket for Barbie. Doesn't matter if Eisenhower took this photo 70 years ago, he was still living in the Barbie world. He's still such a beautiful Barbie girl. Of course, he's more excited for that movie. He did warn us about the military-industrial complex. He tried to warn us it was getting out of control. In which battle did Napoleon die? His last one. Where was the Declaration of Independence signed? At the bottom of the page. The Ravi River flows in which state? Liquid state, obviously. And what is the main reason for divorce? Marriage. Okay, I do agree. Give this kid an A. Because what were these questions? You're like combining history and geography and then randomly a question about divorce. I feel like the test maker should get an F too. Also for this question, in which battle did Napoleon die? He didn't. He was banished to an island for 6 years. Japan high-speed rail. We've carried billions safely across the country since 1964. Meanwhile, US high-speed rail, we only run from Boston to DC and can't go higher than 82 miles an hour. Man, and I almost considered taking this train as well. I had no idea it only goes 82 miles an hour. Why did I assume it was a lot faster than that? A man can leave Latin America, but Latin America ain't leaving a man. This is just one of those things he's probably destined to do forever. He probably has a lot of anxiety if he doesn't doesn't do it. Like, it's just a way to make them feel better now. Honestly, I should do this too. Minimum wage hourly pay holding up New Zealand at $23. Meanwhile, the United States drowning at only 13. Is it really 13? I didn't think it was like nationwide 13. Still think it's lower than that. Oh, but then there's one we're forgetting. That's right. It still can be even worse. I think it actually gets worse than that though. Burundi is at $1.21 per month. Then there's Sudan at 0.71 cents per month. Per month? This is just assuming your country has even a minimum wage, because there are still some that don't. Europeans, when the random American on the internet can't name all the rivers in Uzbekistan. I hate to admit it, but even I, as an American, do not know all the rivers in Uzbekistan. I know it's just south of Kazakhstan, though, I can tell you that. Apparently, there are a lot of rivers in Uzbekistan as well. There's like over, how many is this? It's definitely like a dozen. Harry Potter lived in a cupboard under the stairs. Meanwhile, my American thought he lived here, literally in the cupboards. Isn't that what everyone calls this? The cabinets? Cupboard. He lived under the stairs. I didn't know that place was called the cupboard. Cabinet or small recess with a door and typically sleeves. Oh, okay, Google is showing me a lot of like cabinets, basically. This is the weirdest cupboard I've ever saw. If I had a nickel for every time the internet attached properties about friendly toys and atomic hellfire together because they came out at the same time, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. I completely forgot about that. This is the exact same vibe. Animal Crossing and Doom was the OG of all this. Who's the absolute madman who booked a singular front row ticket to Oppenheimer in IMAX 70mm Universal City Walk? This is literally gonna be bro sitting in the front. And I'm guessing this is the experience he paid for. Bro's gonna be living the time of his life like this. Learning another language for credit in school. Learning another language to open job possibilities. Learning another language to understand foreign movies / shows. And finally, learning another language to open a new world of memes. And this is literally the best part. Like, it's so fun to see what other languages are memeing about. It's something that you would have never known otherwise. Learning Spanish helped me realize no one else believes Chile actually speaks Spanish. Commanders and leaders.
It could be you. It could be me.
It seems like there's an imposter among us. I wonder who it could be. It definitely can't be the guy with the name French in his name. That guy's definitely French. But who could it be? Losing 100 pounds in the States. Ooh, very nice. Losing 100 pounds in Britain. Talk about going from one of the best days of your life to maybe one of the worst. 100 pounds is actually $130 US. No thank you. The T in whistle, tsunami, and castle. Meanwhile, the T in tea. And funny enough, this letter in the English language is almost always like this when it comes to the Californian accent. I guess one of the weird quirks about the West Coast accent is we don't really pronounce T's in things like water. I literally put a D in there, water. Anxiety messaging me, what if you're not good enough? Depression messaging me, everyone despises you. Meanwhile, my tadpole friend, yo man, I'm actually a frog now. Can you update my contact info? Thank you for the update there, Mr. Frog. Gotta update the picture as well. No, 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 no! Please, please, God, this can't be how it ends. The Brazilians have finally figured out how to send us all there. Well, I gave us about 2 days to survive. British people, when you realize they say, oi, you wanna go to the pub and grab a pint? Instead of a 473 milliliters. This is literally the #1 way to trigger them. UK sure is a silly place. Me building a sandcastle. Meanwhile, the Dutch, they did a whole lot more than just build a sandcastle. They literally built an entire country, society, culture. I guess it did take them like a couple centuries. What if you didn't just spend 1 day building your sandcastle? What if you, your son, your grandson, your great-grandson all focused on building that same sandcastle? You'd get there too. You've heard of pigs. Portugal, Italy, Greece, Spain. Guns. Germany, UK, Netherlands, Sweden. Small. San Marino, Monaco, Andorra, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, and fire. France, Ireland, Russia, Estonia. Now get ready for Serbia. No, no. Estonia, Romania, Bosnia, Italy, and Austria have all just become Serbian nationalists. It's over. World War III is definitely starting very soon. I knew they had pro-Serbian governments in charge. And one thing's for sure, we can't count on any of these countries to do anything about it. The countries that make up the word neutral: Netherlands, Ethiopia, the UK, Turkey, Russia, Austria, Laos, and Serbia. Wait, those two to, wait, okay, never mind, the joke doesn't really work anymore there, but definitely the S needs to be replaced with Switzerland. Neutrals. It's neutral. It would have been perfect. Bangladesh having a bigger population than Russia. Also being only like 1/16 of its size. You know this is how they be feeling when they hear that. The metric system being perfectly understandable for everyone to understand. Meanwhile, there's the imperial system. Yeah, let's just remember all these random numbers and take like years of school to do it too. Thank you. Yes, I needed that. Me, when the discussion of America is about numerous crimes we've done and not which state has the best barbecue. I guess this conversation isn't really for me. Our bad, our bad. Just found this out today. We have the unofficial flag of Austria-Hungary, which, by the way, I think it's okay that the country ball of Austria-Hungary has the unofficial flag. It's like a ball. It's just, you know, whatever, metaphor. Meanwhile, we have Canada and Mexico flipped on the side. It is literally a little bit too perfect. This is creepy. Is Canada and Mexico trying to revive the Austro-Hungarian Empire? They're close enough to each other. They probably could form a union like this and once again go to war with the USA. I actually didn't realize this. America didn't technically declare war on the Ottomans. They did, however, eventually declare war on Austria-Hungary. I only knew for sure they went after Germany. Someone needs to watch our two neighbors. I think they're up to something fishy up there. Or maybe these guys need to be protecting their archdukes or something. Patriotic American song, Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Meanwhile, Iceland, New Zealand, Australia, North Korea, Russia, Laos, Croatia, France, Netherlands, Nepal, Czechia, Costa Rica, Slovakia, Serbia, Slovenia, Norway, Paraguay, Cambodia, Britain, Luxembourg, Fiji, Liberia, Thailand, Panama, Dominica, Chile, Cuba, and Samoa. This is their reaction when they hear that information. It is a little bit strange that in the US we do kind of try to claim that combination of colors, red, white, and blue, when it's like the most common combination of colors across all flags. Everyone uses red, white, and blue. I'm sorry to say. And I don't even think this is all of it. I bet you there's more. This is just the ones we can fit on the meme. Yo guys, I think I have a theory. The Filipino Islands are actually just sideways Indonesia with the Filipino Islands as well. This is absolutely mind-blowing information. How long have they been hiding in this disguise? It's all the Philippines. Always has been. Pinoy Pride. Big thanks to my patrons. I have cloned Drew and I'm now training him to fight the imposter doing these videos. Subscribe to Drew now. John Denver. Australia is real. I am not a fat normal Argentinian grandpa. Amateur archaeology. Inquisitor. KirinoIsBestGirl. LuxembourgLover. Robert. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. The Twickenhamster. And why am I doing this?